2.9 trigonometry. I can solve trigonometric ratios.
Nice job, Alexander. I can solve trigonometric ratio. It's a hard word to say. Trigonometry is what, you guys?
Study of right triangle.
Excellent. And then a trigonometric ratio would be a comparison between two sides of that triangle, right?
Yes.
Does that make more sense now that we actually talked about it?
Yes.
I hope so. I'm going to skip over adjacent. That's just a review, and the legs and the hypotenuse. Super important that you understand the difference between sine, cosine, and tangent. So instead of actually reading those word for word, let's go down to our shortcut, which I'm sure you're all going to use. Everyone on the count of three, what does the shortcut, like, how do you say the shortcut? 1, 2, 3.
SOHCAHTOA.
Okay, so SOHCAHTOA. S stands for what?
Sine. Opposite. Hypotenuse.
So sine means opposite over hypotenuse, right?
Yeah.
Okay, C.
Cosine.
Means
Adjacent over hypotenuse.
So it's like a fraction, right?
Yeah.
And then this one is what?
Tangent.
Means?
Opposite over adjacent.
Excellent. So number 3 then, using SOHCAHTOA to find ratios, we asked you for the sine of C. So here's C, yes, no?
Yeah.
Okay, and sine would be SOH, right?
Yeah.
So opposite, which is what?
D.
And adjacent is, no, H. Hypotenuse is
F.
F. So here's our answer, D over F, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cosine of C. So same thing, cosine of C, but cosine is not opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is
Adjacent over hypotenuse.
what?
Adjacent over hypotenuse.
So what is adjacent to C?
E.
And what is hypotenuse?
F.
We cool?
Yeah.
So tangent, do that one on your own. And now we just threw some numbers in here. So we're going to talk about the sine of A. Sine again is opposite over, so what's the opposite of A?
16.
Hello?
16.
So we wrote 16, right? And what is the hypotenuse for A?
20.
So we wrote 20. Should we reduce?
Yeah.
Get the idea?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. And then sliding down when we actually got into the math. We solved this side W, what is the length of W, by using trigonometric ratios, using trigonometry. We also use our arrows, our bubbles, yes, no?
Yes.
But we said there's a faster way instead of using bubbles, since you guys now completely understand the bubbles, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we did is we started using, the shortcut would be cross products, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to have to scroll back and forth. I need your eyes up here to help me out here. Okay, so we want to find W, yes, no?
Yes.
Okay, so we are going to use, let's use 40 degrees. Okay, I'll just write it up here. I'm not going to scroll. So I want to know what W is. So if I use 40 degrees, what includes the side W? Sine, cosine, or tangent? Sine is SOH, right? So opposite is 10, hypotenuse is W. That works, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to use sine of 40 is equal to what? 10 over W. And now we have ourselves a proportion, right? Okay, and now to solve using a proportion, we can totally do it the way we've always done it, using our bubbles and our arrows. But I have a shortcut for you using, again, what's it called?
Cross product.
So the cross product of sine of 40 and W is what?
Sine of 40 times
Sine of 40 times W is equal to, what's a cross product of 1 and 10? 10, right? What's my friend Tiffany say? How am I going to get this variable alone?
Sine of 40.
Divide by sine of 40. And that cancels sine out, right?
Yeah.
So W equals, this is the hardest part, I think. W equals, pull out your calculator. We're going to take 10, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to divide by 40,
Sine.
and then we hit sine. Is that the answer?
No.
We have to hit,
Equals.
and we get 15.56, which is what we said the answer was. Yes, no?
Yeah.
As far as that whole ratio thing, we'll talk more about that later on if we have time this year. But as long as you understand the process for solving for a missing side length, I'm cool with that. Questions?